Hi guys, welcome back. Um, so today I'm going to go over the mediocre heroes. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so the mediocre heroes, these are the average ones. Alright, so the average one, number one, is Pole Master. He's average. He does have the strength for his purple here, which is get on up, but his wicked beats, he just spins his little thing, that's his white. The reason why I call it white because of the white frame, but he spins it and he does less than 1,000 damage to his opponents, and they're just knocked back. So that's kind of not the best. He is kind of tanky because he's got strength, but he doesn't really have much CC, as you could tell. I mean, although he does have a 10-second, he does distraction. The distraction, all it does is lower their attack damage and their dodge. But it doesn't like confuse them or anything like that. And stunning thing finish 0.5 second. I mean, that's a 0.5 second stun. It's really not the greatest. So that's why he's a mediocre. Number two would be Zombie Squire. He's pretty average. Although his purple does give him a resurrection after he dies, he gets a decent amount of health. Problem is, he's slow. He does not have the strength, the tankiness that he needs in order to survive. And they replace it with a purple. He'll die pretty fast the first time, and I'm sure he'll die the second time while his team is already dead, because it takes him like a couple seconds for him to resurrect. And he lifesteals 18 health there. You know, he hits people with his broken off arm, does a decent amount of damage. He stuns for 4 seconds, but that's his ultimate, is a stun, where you can have Minotaur go in there and automatically do it without charging his white. Like, this is his white. He stuns for 4 seconds and does a decent amount of damage. He's mediocre. Next we have Berserker. I mean, he's not like Death Knight for Expedition. He's a meat shield. If he dies, which he tends to do a lot, even with the shield, because he gets stun locked, he won't, you know, be able to heal your team when they need it, and he doesn't do that much damage at all. He's just a meat shield. He does get good magic resistance, but if it's a physical team, he's useless. Yes, he's situational, so he's in Coliseum against specific teams that are magic based. You put him in there and he'll tank it for a while. And yeah, his move here is white. He absorbs damage 10 seconds, but it goes by fast. Less than 10 seconds. He heals a little bit of health to the weakest ally, and it's just tiny amount of health. Luckily, it's, you know, fast recharge, but the healing just does not heal as much as getting a taken for damage. And the shield explodes, does a little bit of damage. Okay, we have Roller Warrior. She's, I'd say, mediocre, just because she has she's very tanky. She does decent damage but no CC, means she just can't put anybody to sleep. She doesn't confuse, she doesn't daze, she doesn't do anything but tank hits. And if she is, you know, attacking her own team with her ultimate, which the Faith Healer can make her do, is she's basically not very helpful. He and Savage Cutie are, I'd say, average. And the reason why I say they're average is because they are tanks for the Dragons Only challenge, so he is useful in that regard along with Boss Pit, but he can only get there at 55 and he's only good at purple. So he ranges from good to mediocre, so he's a little bit above average. And Orc Monk paired with Savage Cutie and the Dark Horse, it's a stall team. But if you have like Assassin or like Assassins, they'll just kill him real quickly. And his shield doesn't really regain health, it just shields him. So that's pretty bad. And there's Savage Cutie. I don't have him unlocked, but he's also mediocre. For damage types, I would have to say, well, Dark Drago's above average, just because it's for the Dragons Only, but he's also good for Boss Pit because of his regain. He is I would say decent. He siphons life, and he can increase his skill power so it siphons more life. He's really good at orange from what I heard, which is after purple. Next would be Groovy Druid. She can help with Ninja Dwarf. She gives this shield, flower power, which will shield the Ninja Dwarf once he gets injured, because she shields the weakest ally. And 10 seconds is pretty long. Her ultimate's kind of crap. She throws this hedgehog and it hits three times, and it does a decent amount of damage, not a great amount. And then she gets magic resistance, but she doesn't really do much damage. She's more of a support, if anything. I'd say Centaur of Attention's mediocre. He has a good ultimate, which is his white, which hits everybody once he gets his energy. He's kind of clutch, but late game, you know, he's kind of slow. And Aquatic Man, he is actually good for the boss bit, but that's it. He's really not useful for any other thing. Maybe Coliseum. Same with Frost Giant, he's mediocre as well. He could be given the 5-star from Expedition, but he's mediocre. He's not a good hero, so I don't think people are going to invest in him whatsoever. And the two that I have not locked here, Bone Dragon, Pixie Queen, average. Pixie Queen, she duplicates herself, so she regains health, and whereas Bone Dragon's got an ultimate, but it takes half his health. I won't show you the description, but in the game you can see it yourself, and it's literally what I just said. For support, mediocre would probably be the Wild Satyr. She is a frontliner. I thought she was a mid, but she goes in there and tanks the hits. She gets magic resistance, so on a physical team, she's gonna get killed pretty fast. She blows through her flute, and she hits people with her ultimate. She can stun the enemy for 2 seconds, which is really short. So it's not that great, but she does heal the team, which is alright. And she can boost her health, which is pretty mediocre. Moondrake is average too. He's got an ultimate which charges up. But this is just her skill power gets increased, but this, her ultimate or white, will charge after 5 seconds and deal a ton of damage to the enemies, but it's a really long time, and if she gets silenced by the silencer, she can't use the ultimate. So that's the bad thing about it, but it does do a lot of damage. It can be used in arena or fight pit. And for control, Medusa's pretty mediocre. She can stun people, do a little bit of damage. Her purple is good, she gains a lot of health, but she isn't that tanky, so you can whittle that down pretty quickly. And thank you guys for watching. Those are the mediocre heroes, and then crappy heroes will be the last video for this series on my hero overview.